morning. My name is Dean Jones. I'm at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Happy St. Patty's Day. Today we're going to be talking about this 2021 Adventurer from Winnebago. It's a 29B. It's a really nice little gas coach. I'll start off right in the beginning here. This thing does come with little side cameras that you get when you do your turn signals, but we'll show you that in a minute. But we'll just kind of get started because it's kind of cold and nasty out here. Nice little fiberglass coach. It does have propane. It is a single slide unit. As you see, there's a big slide here, but this little compartment here is where you're gonna fill your propane. You also have your hydraulic pump for your levelers, and that's where you'd fill your reservoir right there. Nice little convenient spot for that. It is a gas coach, so the motor is in the front. One thing to know about gas coaches, it does have a drive shaft going down from the motor to the back axle, so you don't get pass-through storage like you would in a diesel pusher, but you still get a little bit more storage in this guy. As you can see down here, you do have a little bit of pass-through for some longer items, but you also have a little fuse box right here for your battery mode solenoid disconnect relay. So if something isn't working, like your slide power ram or something, this would pop out. You just pop it in. So that's a really convenient place for that as well. And you do see the storage is nice and carpeted. Nice slam latches on this guy. This is your wet bay. We'll get a look at this while we're back here. We've got outdoor shower, fresh water inlet if you want to just hook up to city water. You've got your valves for normal or tank fill. You could also flush your black tank. It does come with a water filter. Goes right here. It'll filter like 6,000 gallons, so it's a good thing to have if you're filling up in states with not as clean of water as we have. You also have a water pump feature here, which is really handy when you're winterizing this guy, because you don't have to go in and turn the water pump off and come back out. You can just access it right here. Black tank gate valve here, gray tank here. They're inside, and that's kind of nice because these can get kind of mucked up with road debris and they kind of break and stuff real often. So I like how Winnebago did put them inside the wet bay like this. In the event you're going to empty your tanks, you just pop this little guy out right here, and your hose just pops up there into your sewage right there. So that's kind of nice there. We also have a little access thing here for a hose if you're going to just run this up to run up a city water pressure. So that's kind of how that all works. So real simple, easy to navigate wet bay. We do also have lights in here, so very nice there. Again, slam latches. You're not going to be slamming these doors too hard just to get them to close. We do have a little bit more storage back here. This is past the axle. As you see, you can kind of pass through there on that guy. Get a little shot of that. So you do have a lot of storage on this little guy. This is a 29, like a 30 foot in inches. I'll tell you about the specs on it later, but at any rate, here's your gasoline fill on this guy. You do have, this is your power switch, and this is where your cord gets wound up in, and we have it pass through this little hole. That way you can shut this, no one can get to it or no weather can get into it. Here you have a really nice quiet, it's a quiet gas 5,500 watt generator. It'll power this thing just like your house. It feeds off the gas tank of this motor. Same gas tank that fills this motor will power that. And as long as you're over a quarter tank, it'll run as long as you want, and it sips gas. So basically it doesn't want to run your coach out of gas. So if you go to Moab and you're parked out there, and if you fill up before you actually go back into Moab, you're gonna run this thing for days. So that's kind of a nice feature on that, and it's super quiet, super quiet. It is exhausted out the back, so it's not gonna hit any windows or anything that are open. This is an emergency exit window, but you do have a ladder on this guy. It is a 2AC 50 amp service coach, something to know. It is equipped, as you can see up there, it has a slide topper on there, and that keeps the weather out, as you can see right now. Snow's not gonna build up on that slide and drip into your coach. So it's kind of nice that they equipped it with slide toppers. We've got a backup camera you can see up there. It is a propane coach, so you do have a propane furnace. This guy here is a 5,000 pound hitch, so you could pull a Jeep with this guy, no problem. Very, very easily. you do have a 7-pin harness in this guy. So if you have a trailer with brakes, you can also hook up a nice little brake controller and tow a nice little box trailer or something if you'd like. This guy's also equipped with a little propane stub out. So this is kind of nice. You have a little valve. You can plug in a little grill here and just plug it right into that propane tank. So you're not carrying different propane tanks around. That's what that's for. Really, I like that. Usually they're down here, so you got to crawl under your coach to get to them. But this one, really nice place for that. And coincidentally, this guy's got a nice little outdoor kitchen. I guess you call it that. There's no cooktop on here. That's why you would have the propane grill. But you do have a nice little refrigerator, an actual plumbed in sink. You got some storage here. And you got nice little areas to just pack stuff away in right here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is fully lit. Turn it on or off. High, low. That's a nice little feature for when you're out here camping on the campsite. It does also have the other side of that storage that kind of passes through, as you can see. And it's got the outdoor entertainment system. So you do have the stereo, the TV, nice little remote. And you got a nice little USB charger here if you wanted to charge a phone or what have you when you're out here. It is a full body paint coat, so there's no graphics on this. They're not going to peel or oxidize or check like some of the lesser price coaches. It does have a 17-foot awning all the way across. And if you can get a look at this, there's an LED light strip underneath on this side that kind of illuminates underneath the awning this way. And you can actually navigate those lights and point them in different directions. That's kind of nice that they're out there. We do have a lot more storage on this side. That's your little inverter out here. So if you wanted to plug something in, margarita machine or whatever you have, you can just plug it in right here. You do have a little area to pop a cord up through here and plug it in if you'd like. But again, all that storage, and it passes through to this side. So you can get some long stuff in there. And they're big openings, so you can actually get nice long stuff in there if you'd like to. It also has a nice little grab bar to get in and out. And you got a little pet leash thing if you have a dog and you're loading in and out and you want to keep your dog kind of close, you can just put it right here. Little pet pal there. And we'll go inside and look at it. Nice and clean in here. So this is, it's a 29B, so it's right about 30 feet, like I said. Does have the dinette that converts into a bed. This guy here is a Jackknife Sofa. As we come back here, you see you have kind of a, we'll just start back here and work our way out. We do have the emergency exit right here. One thing to note, it is an RV Queen. You do have lots of storage in this guy though. You get your wardrobe here and your wardrobe over there for hanging stuff, and we're going to show you a little bit more there. You do have, I don't know if you can see in here, but you've got an outlet and USBs on both sides. So if you wanted to put your phones or what have you to charge at night, you can do that. Some nice little storage up top here. And you've got reading lights that you can actually just access from when you're in bed reading or what have you, and it's on each side. Nice little padded headboard. Nice little full-length mirror. You've got, this isn't a complete slide, the whole slide's out, and you saw it from the outside, but this is a one-slide unit, full wall slide. You do have a lot of extra storage in this guy. We've got 6-drawer dresser here. All these really nice big drawers, and they're on ball bearing slides. And this thing's been rarely used. I actually took this in on trade. They upgraded to a diesel pusher. And this only has like 6,800 miles on it. It's just basically a brand new coach. We do have all this hanging space in here. If you get a look at this little table with its post here, that goes between the driver and the passenger seat. That makes a nice little table when you turn your chairs around. But it is a lit cabinet. It does have a hanging rod, and it's all the way over here. So you can hang a lot of clothes in there as well. One thing this thing does offer is a lot of storage, a lot of cabinetry for a 29-footer, 30-footer. If you get a look over here, this is your, you got a little light switch here, but you also have your thermostat. This is how you would run your temperature back here. You do have a little pantry here, which is nice. This is a Norcold gas electric, bigger type refrigerator. I believe it's a 10 cube. Might be an 8 cube, actually. Yep. But it's a nice stainless steel fridge. Offers a little bit more storage than your average RV fridge. We'll check out the bathroom now. This is a mid-bath unit. It's got these little towel holders on there, which I think are absolutely genius. And it's got a really nice insert. So I'm 6'1", and with this little skylight here, it's real bright, real open. I got plenty of room to shower. I do have, you know, a little, it's been winterized, that's why it's apart, but yeah, no problem for a tall guy like me to actually shower in this guy. We have a nice little vanity here. This is more your medicine cabinet here, and a big mirror here to get ready with. What's nice about this little sink, believe it or not, it's a little bit deeper than your average small vanity sink. So I like that. So when you turn on your water, it's not going to come up and splash you. So it's a nice little feature. I like the deeper sink. Little storage here, a little more storage there. We do have a foot flush toilet right here, and you can rinse it out with this guy here as well. So that's nice. You have another towel rack here. We do have a vent fan up here. There's even a nice little rope hook right here. I don't know if you can see that, but nice little Winnebago towel or rope hook. But you got little stuff for storage. It's a nice sized bathroom for a smaller coach. Point out right here, this is kind of your panel. You do have, I'll have you turn around and I'll show you. This is a locking bed lift. So if you turn around and show that bed, you can bring it up or down. This is a real, I'm gonna put it down for now. We'll lift it back up in a minute. But it's a really nice little sleeper for guests or what have you. Back to the panel though. This is how you would open and close your slide. In a Winnebago, you have to have the emergency brake on and the engine running to actually power this slide. Here's your solar charge controller, your inverter control, your energy command. This is what you would start your own generator with. Your power control system. You do have the water heater on or off, the water pump, but you also have that switch outside, keep in mind. And then your water heater, you turn this on right here. And this is a thermostat for the front of the coach. And then of course you have more light switches. So that's how that works. Coming back around here, you have another power fan to kind of vent, you know, any kind of cooking steam or whatever you have in here. This is really neat because it's got a induction cooktop and it's got a propane cooktop. So some people like using one or the other. This one has both. That's a nice deal. And a really nice size convection oven. So I like these convection ovens a little bit better than the old style RV. The RV ovens have kind of a welded plate in there and they kind of keep real big dishes from getting in. So you can actually do, if it's a convection type of cooking, so it's a little bit of a learning curve, but you can actually put a casserole or something in here where the old stoves just weren't really letting you do that. So something to know. And then with that little cooktop, you do have a full drawer underneath. That's kind of nice. And as we know, the more storage, the better. A nice big pot and pan one there for you. and that's a rack for that convection oven if you do want to split it up. We've got some remotes, some more stuff for the microwave in here. We got nice drawers everywhere, nice big deep drawers there. And then of course we do have an undermount. So this is a full solid surface countertop. Doesn't have the T-molding, it's not going to chip. It's a kind of an upgraded countertop system in what we do here. Double sink. It does have a nice little sprayer here. Nice faucet there. And you do have a counter extender cutting board type of situation here. So if you don't want to use your sink, you can actually double this as counter space. We've got more storage here. You can see that. This is a 3 TV unit. It's got the TV in the back we saw. TV up here, the TV outside. One thing I wanted to point out with Winnebago real quick. What's really nice about Winnebago is they make a lot of their own parts in-house. I mean, they're pretty self-contained up there in Iowa. And everything they build has a little part number on it, which, how that equates to an owner experience is, a lot of times in the RV industry, a lot of companies say they'll order these little vent covers or something. So what happens is we'll get 10,000 pieces for a production run, not so much in the stuff we sell, but a lot of the industry. And halfway through the model year, they'll run out and they'll buy 10,000 different pieces from a different manufacturer. Then you need us to replace that in our shop, and we get the wrong piece like 3 times because it's not the same as what you have. Winnebago is not that kind of company. They actually part number everything on their coach. Even if you own this thing for 10, 12 years and you need our parts department to commission a door or something like that, we just give them this part number and they can actually build this part or pull one off a shelf. So keeping your coach together on a Winnebago is probably the easiest on a part supply chain type basis of any coach I know of. So that's something to point out. That's one of the strong points of Winnebago. Really good company to back your owner experience. So wanted to point that out. We do have, we'll kind of look at this area here now. This is a nice little sleeper, as you saw it come up and down earlier. You do have a nice little ladder there, steel ladder. It's going to stay together. You do have a lot of storage up here. When you kind of put this up, you kind of can't see that, so it's a good kind of secure place to put stuff. Nice little twin bed up here, and this ladder, if you want to, I'll show you where it stores. It's got a really cool little area down here just to pop it in, so it's out of the way. So that's put away. I'm going to put this bed back up, and I'll show you some of the stuff in the actual driver area. We've got, so Class A's in general are I kind of like them. If you're, we kind of talk about when we try to fit our customers with what we sell, how you're going to use it, right? So this is a really nice starter motorhome. It's built for comfort. So you have these nice captain's chairs. You can actually go do miles in this guy. You have this really nice big windshield. It's not like you're cramped into a little Class C, and it's not a big 45-foot bus too. So you can actually take this guy to a national park. It's right on that 30-foot mark. You can get it in campgrounds. You can get this thing just about anywhere that you have the clearance to get to. So it's a really nice, affordable, real clean coach. I will point out that if you come around here, it's a lot like, so you get into the diesel pushers, you have air brakes and you have to wait for it to pump up and you have all this air ride stuff. This is going to drive a lot like the vehicle that you drive. You have a gear shift, you have a park, reverse, neutral, drive. It's just, you have a gas pedal, a brake pedal. You don't have like an air brake thing. I mean, this is just going to be like stepping out of a sport utility into something like this, and you're going to be driving. So there's not a whole lot going on here that's different than what you drive every day to work, which is nice for getting people into the space. You do have a leveling system on this guy. You start the motor, you hit this, and it'll just automatically level this guy. So you're actually camping a lot a lot sooner in something like this than you would setting up a trailer or a fifth wheel or something like that. You just, everything's automatic on it. You do have cruise. You've got mirror heat. You've got a map light, and you got this night shade that comes up and down. It acts as your sun visor or your privacy curtain. So that's that. Both these seats swivel around. That table kind of sits right here in the between. So it's a really nice feature there. But again, you've got just these big, comfortable captain's chairs. You can just go do miles and miles and miles in this guy, and it's just a really nice deal. You also, if you have someone wanting to work, you can put a laptop right there, plug it in right there, and people can just work going down the road if they feel like it. You do have your fans up here, and this all runs just like your car at home. You know, you have your fan, your hot, cold, your AC. This is where you would have, where do I have the keys to this guy? So I'll show you. Oh, I have to switch off. Hold on a minute. You have a chassis shut off and a coach shut off down there. We'll show you those in a minute. Let's turn this down. So I was telling you those side cameras. If I put my right blinker on, I see the right side there. If I put my left blinker on, I see my left side there. And that's really helpful as you're going down the road. If someone wants to try to get around you to take a turn, you know before you actually get over to that lane. So, and then of course, if you, let's see here. If you put it in neutral or reverse, it'll show you what's behind you. You also have a little tow haul feature, so if you're towing something or if you're simply just going up the hills, you hit that and it spreads out your shift points in your transmission shifting RPMs, and that kind of keeps you from hunting up and down that, you know, that overdrive and kind of going up and down in gears. So it's really better for your shifting if you want to hit that going up the mountains or whatever. You also have you can actually shift it right here. You have a kind of a paddle shift on that shifter. So that being said, something about this coach that's kind of nice is it's got what they call a Godzilla V8. So Ford's kind of dominated the RV market in their gas coach chassis, and they used to have a Triton V10 that was kind of designed in the late 80s, and that's been dominating all the way up until like a year and a half ago. So they've taken the V10 out. This has an actual V8 in it. It's a 7.3 liter. I do have the torque. Let me get my, so it's got 350 horsepower and it's got 468 foot-pounds of torque, or pound-foot of torque. I've actually driven one of these up I-70 up in the canyon, and the thing absolutely just gets out of its own way. I think it's a better technology because it's been developed recently. Not that I have anything against the Triton, but this is if I was to pick between the V8 or the V10, I would take this all day long. So it's something to know. This is equipped with that. The stock number on this particular unit is 5U220044. And you can get, if you look at the video, underneath the video, there's a link to this, to our website and all our other Class A and our other, you know, units that are available. It's a 2021 Winnebago Adventurer 29B. It's got 6,800 miles on it. It's 30 foot 10 inches long, bumper to bumper. It's 8 foot 6 inches wide closed. The height on the outside is going to be 12 foot 10 inches, and the interior height here is going to be 6 foot 9 inches. Again, it's got a tow capacity of 5,000 pounds. The GVWR is 18,000 pounds on this coach. Now the fuel tank on this guy will hold 80 gallons of fuel. Your fresh water will hold 70. 61 gallons for gray, 40 gallons for black, 18 gallons of propane, and the water heater is a 6-gallon water heater. So if you want to reach out and talk about this coach, it is available. It's priced right. We could talk about that if you reach out to me. You can always call me direct at 303-684-3424 or my cell number at 720-347-7063, or you can always shoot me an email at dean.jones@transwest.com. It's been a pleasure.